Good morning everyone. So today we're going to start a new chapter, that is the treatment of water. So here are some of the articles we'll be reading about this. First we'll be reading about the flow diagram of conventional water treatment system. Next, what are the treatment process of the water? First is aeration, plain sedimentation, sedimentation with coagulation, filtration, disinfection, chlorination and softening of the water. Okay, so these are some of the articles we will be reading in this chapter. So first we will be reading about water treatment. So in the previous chapters we have already been knowing about where the water is available, and water is mainly available from the various types of sources, and what are the impurities the water in the water, the how many or what are the types of impurities have been present. So we have read in the previous chapters. So now we will be reading about water treatment. Before coming to our houses or we are using it, the water treatment process has been going on. Okay, so we will know about first what do you mean by water treatment. So water treatment is a process of removing contaminants from the wastewater and the household water, and mainly the objective of the water treatment is to produce an environmentally safe fluid waste stream and a solid waste suitable for the disposal and the reuse. Okay, so this is known as water treatment. And why water treatment is needed? Why we will do the treatment of the water? Okay, so first is to kill all the pathogenic germs which are harmful to the human health, to remove the unpleasant and objectionable taste and odor from the water, to remove the dissolved gases, color of the water, to make feed for domestic, industrial and commercial uses, to remove the microorganisms and colloidal matters. Okay, so we will do the water treatment mainly to kill all the pathogenic germs which are harmful for our health, and to remove the taste and unpleasant taste and odor from the water, and make feed for the domestic, industrial, commercial and residential purposes, and to remove the dissolved gases, color of the water, and to remove the microorganisms and the colloidal matters from the water. Okay, so this is the layout of the water treatment system. This you can see here. This is the layout of the water treatment system, and this is the layout of the water treatment unit. Okay, so we will be first reading about these are the water treatment processes. So we will be reading about one by one about this. First is screening, second is aeration, plain sedimentation, sedimentation with coagulation, filtration, disinfection, chlorination and softening of the water. Okay, so here you can see the diagram, the water treatment system. Here the screening, aeration, sedimentation, filtration, disinfection, chlorination and softening of the water have been there. Okay, you can see the system here, it all have been placed here, and this is the water treatment unit. Okay, so next we will be reading about treatment process. So in the treatment process we will be first knowing about, for removing the various types of impurities, the following treatment process have been used. Okay, I have already been discussed or told about the water treatment processes. First is screening, aeration, plain sedimentation, filtration, disinfection, chlorination and softening of the water. So why or from which impurities we will be removing this? Okay, so you can see I have designed the table here. These are the impurities and these are the process, which process we can remove these impurities. Okay, you can see here first point, that is floating matters as leaves, dead animals, etc. You can check here the screening process is used for the removal of the floating matters as dead animals, leaves and polythene bags. You can also say that polythene bags and the dead plants and animals. Okay, so screening process are used for these impurities. And the next one, that is plain sedimentation. The plain sedimentation is a process which have been removed for the removing the silt, clay, sand. Okay, so in this process suspended impurities can be removed, and from the sedimentation with coagulation the fine suspended matters or impurities can be removed. And next is filtration. In the filtration process the microorganisms and colloidal matters it can be removed. And next is aeration and the chemical treatment. From the aeration and the chemical treatment process the dissolved gases, taste and odor it can be removed. And next one is softening of the water. From the softening of the water processes the hardness of the water we can remove it. And last one, that is disinfection. From the disinfection process we can remove the pathogenic bacteria or pathogenic impurities from the water. Okay, so these are the processes and these are the impurities which can be removed by these processes. So next we will be reading about all the processes one by one. So first is aeration. So what do you mean by aeration? Aeration is the first major process at the treatment plant. Okay, why this aeration has been done in the water treatment plant? Because to supply the more oxygen and to remove the odor and the hydrogenic gases can be removed from the water. So in this way the aeration process have been done for the treatment of the water. So we can say that aeration is a process of bringing water and air into the close contact in order to remove the dissolved gases. It can also be used to remove the volatile organic chemicals in the water. And during aeration, the constituents are removed or modified before they can interfere with the treatment processes. These are known as aeration. And next we will be reading about what are the objectives of aeration. So first point is the remove taste and odor that has been caused due to the organic gases, increased dissolved oxygen content, removes hydrogen sulfide and odor due to it, decreases carbon dioxide content and raises pH value, removes iron and manganese. Due to agitation bacteria may get killed. Okay, these are the objective of the aeration. Mainly we can say that aeration process has been done to remove the taste and odor from that has been caused due to the organic gases, and this process has been done to increase the oxygen content and to remove the hydrogen sulfide that is H2S and odor, and to decrease the carbon dioxide content and to remove the iron and manganese. Okay, also we can say that from this aeration process the bacteria can also be get killed. So next, how does aeration work? Okay, how we will work in this aeration process. So we can say that aeration is the intimate exposure of the water and the air. When we can say that when we mix with the water and the air, the oxygen we get. So we can say that it is a way of thoroughly mixing the air and water so that the various reactions can occur between the components of the air and the components of the water. And aeration removes by two methods. First is scrubbing action, second one is oxidation action. Okay, so what do you mean by scrubbing action or what do you mean by oxidation? Okay, we will be reading these two methods. So first is scrubbing action. It is mainly caused by turbulence which results when the water and the air mixed together. And the scrubbing action mainly removes the gases from the solution in the water, and it also removes the taste and odor. Okay. So next one, that is oxidation. Oxidation is one type of a process in which the aeration purifies the water, and when the air is mixed with the water, some impurities in the water such as iron and manganese become oxidized, and it once oxidized, these chemicals are suspended in the water, and if the further suspended materials, it can be removed by the treatment process, that is filtration method. We can also remove the suspended materials. Okay, so these aeration, how does the aeration work. So next slide we'll be reading about sedimentation. Thank you.